Bruno Walter, who was to have conducted this afternoon, is ill, and his place will be taken by the young American-born assistant conductor of the Philharmonic Symphony, Leonard Bernstein.
The date was November 14, 1943, in New York's famed Carnegie Hall, and the New York Philharmonic's 25-year-old assistant conductor named Leonard Bernstein was asked to fill in for the ailing Bruno Walter.
Leonard Bernstein has come out on the platform and will presently lead the Philharmonic Symphony in our national anthem.
Now, the story goes that the day before, Bernstein got a call from New York Philharmonic's associate manager, and Zarato said, there's a chance that you'll have to conduct tomorrow's concert because Bruno Walter is ill. But in typical Bernstein fashion, he never thought that would happen, and he went on about his day, including playing a recital with Jenny Turrell, who was a very famous singer. Afterwards, they went to her apartment. There was a big party there, and of course, he was always the last to leave a party and didn't get back to his apartment until the sun was coming up the next day. Sure enough, the phone rang at 9 o'clock the next morning, and Zarato indeed did say that he would be conducting this program. Now, this program was being broadcast throughout 500 cities in North America over the CBS radio network. The program went off without a hitch. As the concert went on, 2,000 people started buzzing in the hall, and by the end of the program, there was this great tumultuous standing ovation for him. It was an unbelievably successful program for this young 25-year-old. The next morning, the New York Times carried from page 1 above the fold stories about this event. And the critics praised Mr. Bernstein for his vitality and his youthful energy, and of course for his talented musical gifts. There were other conductors that made interesting debuts. Toscanini, Carl Böhm, Charles Munch, all filled in for other conductors at the last minute. But the fact that Bernstein was American made this a big deal, and he paved the way for many, many Americans to follow, including myself. We're excited about this concert for many reasons. We're going to try to recreate this exactly as it was done in November of 1943 in Carnegie Hall. We're going to include some dialogue that the announcer used over the radio to set up the concert and to engage the radio listeners in terms of just exactly what was happening at the time. The program opens with the Overture to Manfred by Schumann, which is dark, somber, then go on to the Miklos Rozsa piece, theme variations, and finale. Rozsa was an interesting composer in that he had kind of a double life. He was a great Hollywood composer and wrote some terrific music, including Ben-Hur, but also wrote lots of concert music. And this piece that was written in the 1930s became quite a staple in our repertoire. After intermission, Don Quixote with our visiting cellist, Julian Schwarz, a wonderful cellist, son of famed conductor Gerard Schwarz. And finally, the epic Overture by Richard Wagner, Die Meistersingers, will close the program. Our concerts are on November 17 and 18 at the Civic Center of Greater Des Moines, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there.
United States Rubber Company has brought you a concert by the New York Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra, directed by Leonard Bernstein, assistant conductor of the orchestra. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.